A baby isn't a priority right now. That's what my mom texted me while I sat alone in an empty event hall. An hour later, my cousin posted a picture on Facebook, celebration with the golden boy. My brother had just bought a hot tub worth over $20,000. Me? I'd just paid a $3,000 event bill with my own savings. I got home and canceled the rent payments I had been covering for the past 4 years. Left a note on their door, from now on, pay your own bills. 98 missed calls. My mom's message was still lit up on my screen, cold, sharp, final, your baby shower isn't a priority right now. And there I was, sitting in a fully decorated hall. Pink balloon arches, untouched cupcakes, a cake that said welcome, princess. Everything perfect, except no one showed up. My hands clenched around my phone. I tried calling her. No answer. Called my dad. Straight to voicemail. A few minutes later, another notification, my cousin again, another smiling post with my whole family at my brother Alex's place, celebrating. My mom, my dad, Alex, all grinning, champagne in hand, like nothing was wrong. The room started to spin. My throat tightened. I felt the weight of my belly and the ache in my back as I stood up, looking at the soft pink decorations I had chosen so carefully, stuffed animals, flowers, bows. I had spent $3,000 I didn't even have just to make the day feel special. And they didn't even care enough to call. I opened my banking app. For 4 years, I had paid their rent. $800 a month. Utility bills, gas, internet. And another $150 every other week when mom called saying they had nothing. Always with an excuse, your dad's sick, your brother's trying hard, we don't want to burden you. And I believed it. I helped because it was family. Because that's what you do, right? But that day, I sat alone in a pink, empty room while they partied in a backyard I helped pay for. So I canceled all the payments. Drove to their house, burning with every mile. Their garage was full, mom's car, dad's, and of course, Alex's brand new SUV. I walked up, taped the note on their door handle, stood there for a second listening to their laughter, their toasts. For a moment, a tiny part of me still hoped someone would notice, step out, say my name. No one came. I turned around, got in my car, and left. Next morning, my phone blew up. 98 missed calls, mom, dad, Alex. But I didn't answer. Not this time. I sat at my kitchen table, staring at cold coffee I never touched. My small apartment felt like it was pressing in on me. I'd canceled the rent. I'd walked away. But instead of relief, I just felt hollow. Then Alex called. I almost didn't answer, but something inside said do it. First thing he said, not even a hello, just, you're insane. You canceled the rent. Do you even realize what you've done? My voice dropped cold. You mean like sitting alone at my own baby shower while you all partied at your new place? Oh my God, here you go again with the drama, he sighed. Laura, it was just one small misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? I laughed, bitter. My first baby shower. My first child. And you chose that damn hot tub over me. He scoffed. Unlike you, I work and pay for my stuff. My jaw clenched. That's why I've been paying your medical bills for 4 years. That was just another one of your toys, too? Silence. Then a nervous laugh. What are you talking about? You think it's normal to run all your bills through my account? That's not help, that's manipulation. He switched tactics like always, tried playing the victim. Mom needed help. You know how stressed she is. She looked pretty relaxed sipping champagne in that photo, I shot back. That was just one time, he argued. She needed to unwind. She or you? I said. I opened our family group chat and started posting. Screenshots of money transfers, receipts, voice messages from mom asking for medicine money, surgical receipts marked emergency. Photos of the empty baby shower hall. The Facebook post, celebrating with the golden boy. Congratulations, Alex. The group exploded. Laura, what's going on? Mom texted. This is all a misunderstanding. I replied, you stole 4 years of my life and my money. That's not a misunderstanding. Don't be cruel, she begged. We're family. I typed back, then why did you choose to celebrate without me? Aunt Carol chimed in, you always make a scene. I answered, it's not drama. It's truth. Then a private message came in. Delete all that now or you'll regret it. I stared at the screen, at the threat. They really thought I'd cave, like always. Another message, what a shame. Laura airing family business like that. Shame? Do they even know what that word means? Or were they just afraid of being exposed? I stared at the last message, delete it or you'll regret it. For a second, I almost laughed. Regret? They thought I should feel regret? After all the rent I paid, the bills I covered, the sacrifices I made? The way they left me alone during the one moment I needed them most? That text wasn't concern. It was fear. Fear that the truth was finally out, and they couldn't spin it anymore. I didn't respond. Instead, I turned my phone face down on the table, stood up, and walked into my daughter's future nursery. The light from the window cast soft gold onto the pale pink walls. I ran my hand across the edge of the crib I had assembled myself. There was no family behind me. No partner. Just me. And this little girl who hadn't even arrived yet, but who had already changed me more than anyone ever had. I knew in that moment, I had to be different. Not just for her, but for myself. No more apologizing for other people's selfishness. No more making myself smaller so others could shine brighter. No more paying to be loved. As if sensing my resolve, the phone buzzed again. A new message from Alex, then another from Mom. You need help, Laura. Think about your daughter. You're acting irrational. Rational? I nearly screamed. Rational is sitting alone in a hall filled with pink decorations, hoping someone gives a damn. I didn't answer. The doorbell rang. My heart jumped. I looked at the clock, 11:42 a.m. I hadn't ordered anything. I peeked through the peephole. It was my father. I didn't move. He stood there for a few seconds, fidgeting with his hands, then knocked. Laura, he said softly. I froze. Can we talk? I didn't respond. My chest tightened with the weight of 1,000 disappointments. He sighed and knocked again. I know you're mad. But this isn't how we fix things. Fix things? I backed away from the door. He didn't get to just show up after ignoring me, celebrating my brother, and pretend we were going to fix things. I stood behind the door and spoke. You didn't come to my baby shower, I said. My voice cracked. You didn't even call, Dad. Silence. I'm sorry, he finally said. We should have been there. I laughed bitterly. Should have? That's all you have? Should have? I waited, but he said nothing more. Just stood there. Eventually, I heard his footsteps retreat, and I watched through the window as he walked back to his car, shoulders hunched, head low. But instead of feeling victorious, I just felt the same emptiness. It wasn't satisfaction. It wasn't peace. It was grief. Grief for the family I never really had. Grief for the support I always pretended was there. Later that evening, another notification came in, this time from a friend I hadn't spoken to in years. Someone I'd met in college, who had always been kind, always checked in. Hey. I saw what happened in the group chat. I just wanted to say, you're not wrong. And if you need anything, I'm here. I stared at the message, my eyes burning. One person. One honest voice in a sea of silence. I typed back, thank you. That means more than you know. And then, something changed. I posted my own story on social media, not to shame, not for pity, but to reclaim my voice. I posted pictures of the baby shower hall, the cake, the decorations. I told the truth. No names. Just the reality of how it feels to be forgotten by the people who are supposed to love you the most. And something unexpected happened. Messages began flooding in. Not hate. Not ridicule. Support. Women from all over shared their own stories, being abandoned, left out, used by family. A sisterhood I never knew I had formed in the comments, in the messages, in the quiet Me Too's. I wasn't alone. Not anymore. I cried that night. For the loss, for the betrayal. But also for the healing that was beginning. And as I sat in bed, one hand on my growing belly, I whispered to my daughter, we'll be okay. I promise you that. The following weeks were quiet, strangely peaceful. My phone, once a source of constant tension, stopped buzzing. My family group chat remained silent, like a tomb sealed shut. No more guilt messages. No more manipulation. Just, nothing. And for the first time, that silence felt like freedom. I focused on the nursery. Every morning, I'd waddle in there with a cup of tea, place my hand on my belly, and imagine her laugh, her tiny feet running across the floor, her voice calling me Mom. I knew what I wanted to give her, not perfection, not wealth, not a spotless legacy, but presence. I would show up. Even if it was hard. Even if I was alone. One morning, I received a small package in the mail. No name, just a card inside that said, for the beginning of a better story. From one mother to another. Inside was a pair of handmade baby shoes. Pale pink. Tiny. Soft. I held them and cried. Someone saw me. Someone cared. Maybe not the people I once begged to love me, but someone. By month 8, I had completely cut ties. I blocked them. All of them. Every account, every number. My mental health flourished in ways I didn't even realize were possible. The pressure, the chronic fear of doing something wrong, it evaporated. My world became smaller but richer, filled with the kind of people who chose to be in it. And then she came. On a rainy Tuesday morning, after 14 hours of labor and 3 more of quiet waiting, I held my daughter against my chest for the first time. Her tiny hand grasped my finger like it already knew the story we came from, and I whispered, we're free now, baby. We're free. I named her Clara. Not because I had always planned it, but because when I saw her, something inside me said, this child will never live in the shadows. Weeks passed, and photos of her decorated my apartment. Friends, real friends, visited. Left meals at my door. Held her while I napped. Laughed with me over how much she looked like me. Nobody from the past came back. Not one message. Not one knock. Not one apology. And yet, I didn't miss them. One night, rocking Clara to sleep, I stood by the window and watched the world below, cars, lights, strangers living their lives. I thought about everything I had lost. My family. My illusion of love. The belief that giving endlessly would eventually be rewarded. But I also thought about everything I had gained, peace, truth, self-respect. Clara. I once thought family was about blood. About obligation. About giving and giving and giving until someone decided you were finally worthy of being kept. But I was wrong. Family is who stands with you when you have nothing left to give. Family is the hand that doesn't pull away when you're sinking. Family is the voice that doesn't go silent when you speak your truth. I didn't have the family I was born into anymore. But I had me. And I had her. And that was enough. The last photo I posted online was one of Clara in her crib, smiling up at the mobile I made by hand. The caption was simple. She'll never have to beg for a seat at the table. She'll build her own. And with that, I turned off my phone. And began our new life. The end.